Hey, my friend, this is Ola coming to you live from my Empire Pro Studios. Today's topic is what social media marketing platforms are best for marketing. Stay tuned. All right, what's going on, guys? Today I want to talk to you about social media marketing platforms or social media platforms for your business and all these things. There's quite a few of them out here, and it can be pretty confusing to somebody trying to set up properly or somebody trying to watch my footprint to see what I'm doing on social media to build my business. And what I want to do today on this video is I want to break it down for you and see if you can benefit out of exactly how I use social media, including this platform you're watching me on right now. Maybe you're watching me on Facebook, you're watching me on YouTube, maybe you're listening to me on iTunes. So all those things are considered social media nowadays. As a matter of fact, there's no such thing as internet without social media nowadays, because the hub spot where everybody's hanging out is some kind of social media platform. Okay, and that's the whole point of social media, right? Social, right? People are getting social online. All right, so that's what it's all about. Now, at the end of the day, the bottom line here is that you got to bring more customer into your business. Okay, more customers. If you're a network marketer, you want more customers and more partners. You want more business partners coming into your business. Uh, you want more eyeballs on your business presentation, on your product presentation, on your service presentation, and ultimately you want to convert more sales. Because at the end of the day, if you're not running a viable business, if you're not bringing real business, real money into the bank account, you're going to get run out. Okay, you're going to get run off the street and you're going to get run over, and that's not what we want. So let's just keep that at the back of our mind, that this is all about creating brand new customers, brand new signups in your business. And to create brand new signups in your business, you need traffic to your website. You need traffic of people coming to your business presentations. You need leads. You need to be generating leads and building a list, right? You need to be building a list. Why? Because if you don't do that, you're going to overpay for marketing, okay? Because once somebody ends up on your list, you can market to them over and over again without having to pay money for it, okay? Outside of the money it takes to maintain your list, right? Which is can start as low as $10 or even sometimes $0, okay? So that's what this is about. As a matter of fact, yeah, even $0. There are free trials out here. You can start building your list for free, right? So let's just keep that at the back of our mind while we're diving into what social media platforms are best for your business. Which one should you focus on? I like to always take it back into the TV days. I call it the TV days. Yeah, some of you still watch TV. Some of you are still paying $250 to Comcast and Xfinity and Optimum and AOL and Time Warner, and you don't even know you're getting robbed. There are better ways. There are cheaper ways for you to watch TV these days. Um, but yeah, with TV, the only TV that's really probably going to survive right now are still the three networks that's the main core of television: ABC, NBC, and CBS. I think, yeah. If you're in yeah, ABC, NBC, yeah, and CBS, yeah, something like that, right? ABC, NBC, CBS, right? Those three core networks are the biggest, right? And they're typically free if you have antenna, if you still have antenna. But bottom line is that they're the core. There's that three core networks, but there are also hundreds of channels. Okay, and when you approach the television, if you want to advertise on the television, you don't go say, "Hey, I need to advertise everywhere." Right? There are probably syndication deals and things like that that you can use to run your ads in quite a lot of places. But typically, you don't need to run everywhere. You need to run where your target market are hanging out. Okay, what TV shows or what TV network are your target market watching? Like if you were in a Home Depot type of business, you may want to be on the HGTV, right? You may want to, because people that are watching shows, DIY shows, do-it-yourself shows, and things like that. People that are watching flipping this house shows and things like that are your ideal customers, and then you want to advertise to them, right? It's the same thing on the internet, right? The way you choose the social media platform you want to spend your time on or spend your resources, because honestly, you should not be spending time on social media. I'm going to talk about that in a second. The way you should determine where you should be spending your resources, right? That's the right language. is where are your ideal prospects hanging out. You need to do that research. You need to find out, you need to find out where your ideal customers are hanging out. And if you don't do that, what you're going to find out is that you're throwing mud at the wall and hoping that something stick. And that's always a bad strategy in business. Hope is a bad strategy in business. As a matter of fact, hope is not a business strategy. Okay? So with that being said, where are your ideal prospects hanging out? That's where you want to hang out. There are tons of social media platforms out here. You don't want to be on, especially if you have a limited resources. You don't want to be just throwing the resources all over the place. You want to find out where they're hanging out. But essentially, if I were you, depending on what kind of business you're in, you need to be on the three core, at least. Okay. So the ABC, NBC, and CBS of the internet will be YouTube, Google, Facebook, Twitter, Instagram. Right. You need to be available on those three platforms. Okay. I just said Facebook, YouTube, Google, right? Twitter, okay, Instagram. You can have those two. Those are right there. Those are the minimum basics you should have a profile on. Even if you're not actively maintaining or posting on them, you should have a profile on them. So for me, I have some profiles strictly for presence. Okay, I just need to be available, presence, and I can get a message if somebody messages me through those platforms. But I also have some social media profiles for creating content. That's where I publish my content. So for example, primarily this content that I'm creating right now, I create it and publish it on YouTube. I create it specifically for YouTube. So when I'm talking, sometimes I say subscribe. Sometimes when I say click on the link in the description box, I'm talking to the person on YouTube. So if they were on iTunes, they may be, if they're not paying attention to that, they may be off. But I only say that for 1 second and I keep moving and keep talking about the content, right? But it's primarily designed for people on YouTube, and then people on you will see me spell the call to action at the end for people that may be listening to me on the podcast, on the various podcast platforms like Stitcher Radio, iTunes, SoundCloud, and a ton of the rest of them, right? So I distribute my content everywhere, but some of them are strictly for presence purposes, and the others are I actually publish the content on there, and I do generate a buzz, trust, brand equity, and leads, and build my list from those platforms. So what I'm going to do is I have a list here of a few things. Yeah, some social media platforms. Some of you are familiar with. Most of you are familiar with all of them, right? I'm just going to tell you what I use them for. Am I using them just for presence, or am I using them to actually publish content? Okay, and then ultimately you want to determine where your ideally you want to no ultimately you want to determine where your prospects are hanging out, and you want to publish content there from time to time on a regular basis. Okay, and you want to make the primary publishing hub of that content is YouTube. It's the best social media platform in the world because of the search engine optimization opportunity. Okay, the rest of the other platforms, you can try to rank content from those platforms, but they typically don't rank. Okay, essentially when you want to rank your content on Google, YouTube is essentially Google, potato. Okay, they rank YouTube videos anyhow because number one, is owned by the same company, and number two, YouTube videos are just the best hangout spot if you are looking for relevant content. Okay, people literally go there and search right now. It's the second biggest search engine in the world right now, because people can connect with videos and can understand better. Okay, so when it comes to social media platforms, you don't have much choice when it comes to Google Plus, Facebook, and YouTube. You should be present and be publishing on those three platforms heavy, because the biggest traffic in the world on the internet, they're on those platforms. The rest of it, honestly, optional. Okay, depending on where your market is hanging out and things like that. So what do I use Facebook for? My Facebook personal profile is for connecting with people that want to connect with me. People can message me and I respond to messages very easily. Okay, and when I post on my wall, I typically don't expect it to be seen by all my friends or followers, because Facebook also have this thing called algorithms that they use to show content, and depending on how people have connected with your content over time. Some people put energy into that. I chose not to put energy into getting my stuff visible on Facebook, If you connect with me, you will see my content more. If you follow me, you will see my content more. If you want to see it, you will see it. You will search my name, you'll find me. I will then obviously I will start showing up on the regular, right? That's how it works. If you go check out somebody's content, they continue to show up more and more, right? That's how the algorithms work. The algorithms assumes that if you saw it, chances are you want to see it again, right? So, but some people put energy into that. They ask provoking questions to get people to engage. If you click like and you comment, more chances that you will see my comment, right? But if you just look at my comment and you do nothing with it, and chances are you will see less of it, right? That's the way algorithms work. And I chose not to invest my energy and my resources into making you see it by first, because if you want to see it, you'll see it. All right. So I have other ways of creating visibility. That's just how I use my personal Facebook profile. Now, my Facebook page, my Facebook fan page has about 50,000 followers on it. What I use that for, I use that for publishing videos, right? So when I publish videos, I use that to build an audience list. So I build an audience list of people that are watching my videos, and I re-advertise more premium stuff to them. Does that make sense? So that's what I use it for. So the Facebook fan page has 50,000 followers. I've used to advertise extensively over the past few years, but strictly I use the published videos and I use it to build a list. Okay, I publish content and then I capture, right? Capture the audience and build that list. Then I re-advertise to them, and just like that. Okay, what do I use Instagram for? Something similar. Okay, so Instagram is a little bit connected to Facebook in some ways, but I use it as a social platform. In other words, people can direct message me, and I also use a software called the Follow Liker to build followers that are relevant to my industry on there as well. And I use it for my personal use. Some of my friends, my personal friends are on there. I connect with people on there. That's what I use it for. As far as ROI, I'm not sitting on Instagram calculating ROI. Not as much as I do on Facebook, at least. Okay, so Facebook, my Facebook fan page is used for advertising only to people that have visited my page, people that have connected with me, that have consumed my content in the past. Okay, Twitter is for presence only. Okay, I don't go on Twitter to chat or anything like that. You can DM me. There's a good chance I may not even see it. Okay, but I'm supposed to connect it so I can see it. But I use it strictly for presence. YouTube, I use it for publishing, for creating, publishing, and I use it to collect leads and collect traffic, and I use it to build my empire. I use it extensively, like big time. It's a big part of my empire. And YouTube is what I use for that. Why? Because it has the search engine optimization facility. In other words, people search for what I've created content for and they find me. So I don't have to stress over if people are going to find my content or not. If I optimize it properly, people will find me. So that's why I told you earlier, you don't really have a choice when it comes to YouTube. You don't have much choice you don't have much choices when it comes to YouTube. You gotta have YouTube as a core, because again, when people are looking for an information and they find you, they're the best quality of people you can have in your business. Because why? Because they're already searching. Okay, everything else is a hangout spot, and people can find you, may not find you, they connect with you, and then the algorithms and all those nonsense. There's algorithms on YouTube as well, but as long as you're creating good content, if you're creating good content, your videos will become visible to relevant audience, and you will build a thriving business over time, exponentially. Okay, so you take that from me. Snapchat. Well, Gary Vee was making a lot of noise by Snapchat 2-3 years ago. Honestly, I'm still struggling with it. Honestly, I know what it is. Okay, it's not that hard for me to know but the idea of being social or being interesting or forcing myself to be interesting more than I am actually interesting, it's not my style. Okay, I don't want to be a comedian. I don't want to talk a certain way that make people. I don't want to do any of that. I just want to bring quality content based on my intellectual property. If you like it, you subscribe and you continue to get more of it. That's how I like to do my business. I deliver goods, good faith, right? I lead with good, right? And then you continue to follow me if you like it enough. If you don't like it enough, no hard feelings, nothing. Keep it moving. I'll keep it moving. I didn't even know. All right, because you're watching the video, right? And that's how I like to do business, because I can do that perpetually for the rest of my life. I can build multi-million-dollar businesses doing that. okay, without forcing myself to be a comedian, to be more interesting. You have Tai Lopez bringing ladies on the scene. Ladies attract people, showing the Lamborghinis in the garage and stuff like that. These are the kind of things that make people turn their value down. I'm not saying Tai Lopez doesn't have values. He's using his resources for marketing the best way he knows, right? And he does a good job at it. But what I'm trying to say is that it gets some people, so not everybody's strong like that, to start thinking they have to do that. And you don't have to do that. The only one thing you have to do is create good quality content consistently, valuables for your ideal customers, ideal prospects, right? And you continue to do that perpetually. Eventually, you will have this little mini me's of you all over the place bringing money to you. That's called creating content, capturing the audience, and converting to sales over and over with leverage with the machines. Okay, so that's the beauty. That's what I like to do on Snapchat. You have to be interesting. You have to do selfies all the time. I like doing selfies when I feel like it. I don't want to be counting it. Okay, I don't want to be counting ROI of how many. I don't want to be doing any of that. I do selfies when I feel like it, and I do make my Snapchat profile available for people. Like in the description box, you can follow me from there, and I do post stuff, some of my family stuff, some of my hangout time. I'm hanging out at Dunkin' Donuts or Starbucks or stuff like that. I just feel like doing it when I feel like doing it. So Snapchat, I use it strictly for presence only. It's not really, and people that follow me on there, chances are they're already following me from my list, right? They're following my videos on YouTube, right? And sometimes I will share a little clip of this video on there as well, okay? So to as far as Snapchat, I use it strictly for presence. LinkedIn is okay. There's many things you could do on LinkedIn. They actually have an advertising platform. I use it strictly for presence only. I don't go there connect. I don't connect in the groups. I don't do any of that. All right. I don't even advertise. I should probably explore advertising on LinkedIn a little bit more, but I don't. Okay, because again, majority of you're going to need only 3 or 4 platforms that you put your resources in, and that's all you need to build a thriving business, to have your pipeline full of customers and prospects, as long as you're consistent. Okay. Pinterest, zero. I probably have a presence, maybe a profile, probably, because when you launch your business, you create all these profiles, but that you don't necessarily work. But I don't use it. I probably should pay a little bit more attention to Pinterest. Google Plus is connected to my YouTube account, so it's connected to all your Google account, but I don't use it more than that. Some people use it to post. They connect with communities. Communities are kind of like groups on Facebook, and I don't. Okay, but again, there's only so much you can do. But the idea here is to make sure you have YouTube, make sure you have Facebook, create and publish content on those platforms, and blast everywhere else, and you will attract if you do that consistently long enough. Those two you have to, okay? If you have to choose one more to make it your third, you have the ABC, NBC, and CBS, right? If you want to choose one more, choose one of Twitter or Instagram. If you're a picture type of person, you like taking pictures, do Instagram. If you just want to do 140 characters, do Twitter, okay? Make it the third one. And those 3 are good enough to build a thriving business. They have robust advertising platform for PPC if you want to do that. And you should be good to go with that, okay? So as far as managing softwares and things like that, I use Social Jukebox. Okay, I'll put a link in the description if I remember. Hopefully, I'll put a link in the description so you can support me, because I have an affiliate link for that. And then the other one I've used in the past is Hootsuite. Hootsuite was pretty good, but with Social Jukebox, hands off. It just kind of like go into my content over time and continue to repost, and it does a good job at doing that. But again, that's not the end of it all, because it's based on algorithms, popularity, or people literally. So at the end of the day, you got to be strategic, and you want to focus where your strengths are. My strength is creating good quality content, and I focus there. My strength is not comedy, okay? I don't try to be Grant Cardone. I don't have the slick talks, and I don't have any of those things. I just have me, and I try to be me, and I bring quality content from my intellectual property, and that's really all you have to do. And if you have some comedy in you, kudos to you. Bring it to the table, because entertainment is all part of good quality content, okay? And to some extent, when people watch my video, they're entertained. So, but probably more people that are more entertained by intelligence than more comedy, right? So there's more than enough room for everyone to play. So that's what I have for you on this episode. Hopefully you've been enlightened and educated. I want you to go, if you want to learn more how I use YouTube to attract free leads, free traffic, free signups all day long, then you want to attend my free class. Okay, my free class is absolutely free. It's about $297 in value, but it's a class that you attend and you know everything you need to know about using YouTube, Google to attract free leads, free traffic to your business and signups. It's a very simple process. And on top of that, I have case studies. Of case studies, people doing $4 million, $250,000 a year, people doing $200,000 a month. I have case studies of people doing this already, people that followed my training over the years that are doing this. So make sure and I show you exactly how I do it and the concepts behind how I do it. So go through the free class. You see the link here, olatalks.com/mastermind. If you're listening to me on iTunes, that's OLATUX.com/mastermind. It's on the screen. It's in the description box if you're on YouTube. And if you have thoughts, please share your thoughts. You have questions, contributions, share your thoughts in the comment box below. I really appreciate that. I want to know what you're thinking right now. If you have questions, further questions, post them right below. If you like this video, please, if you like this video, sorry about that. If you like this video, give me a thumbs up. I appreciate the thumbs up. And if you know that a team member, somebody you know will benefit off of this, they own a business, they're trying to run a business, the business is struggling, they will benefit off of this, share this video. Click the share button and share it to your social media platform. Or you can just grab the link and share it with them directly on their text messages. You can do that as well too. That's all I have for you today. Hopefully, again, you've been enlightened and educated. I will see you on the next edition. Peace.